Okay, so welcome back for the first turn. First turn has some special rules in terms of the chits that get placed in the cup. It was all the Confederates, and only 3 of the Union AMs are placed in there of their choice. I stayed with the historical. We've got Hooker and Mansfield, Hooker's first and Mansfield's 12th, being in the cup first. And Union also gets the first chit pull, which is going to be Hooker right there. So Hooker is going to be the first to attack, and now his units are over in here. So we'll get started with these folks over here. So let me zoom in so that you can actually see. So now we get it from the Union perspective. So here's the Union attack heading north to south. This is north up here, or I should say up in here, and south is over here. So he's coming down the Hagerstown Pike, heading towards Dunker Church, which is just off camera there, and then down to Sharpsburg into there. So the opening attack here, and the way this works is Hooker's activated. He has 3 divisions, Doubleday, Meade, Ricketts, and each one of those will activate independently unless I combine them. I'm not going to combine them at this particular junction because that potentially could have them fail and they don't do anything at this point. So right now I think individually here. Now over here off to our east we have some of Stuart's cavalry, particularly Fitzhugh Lee, along with some of Jones's artillery, which is attached to the cavalry, and then Stuart's, I should say Pelham, Stuart's artillery officer over here. He's the same one that was in the midst of South Mountain as well. He tends to pop up in the battles quite a bit. So they're over there, so we've got to watch out for them. And I'm going to try to drive them off Nicodemus's hill up here, just so they can't get any flanking fire. Right? You have a tendency of wanting to push them off as much as possible here. So we're going to start with our artillery. We have some artillery back here with Doubleday, and here he is right here. He's going to take a shot over at that unit over there, Pelham to be specific, and try to dislodge him from that hill, push him back, make him not a threat anymore. So the resolution on this is fairly simple. It's a dice roll with some modifiers, and then based upon that dice roll, we'll get the results. I will actually be showing charts up on here with the resolution, so you can see for yourself. But basically, we start off here with the first gun firing. It's going to be a +3 DRM for his strength. His range, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is 5. At medium is no modifiers there. Terrain effects, there's no terrain effects on there. So it's basically going to be a +3 to the dice roll. So we get 4 plus 3 is 7. That is less than 9, which means that's a miss. So that first one is a miss. We've also got another battery here with Doubleday. Before I forget, Stuart's artillery could return fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a counter battery effort. Now his strength is +1. There's no terrain effect. His range effect is a 0 as well, so he's only got a +1. Might as well give it a try. He'll need an 8 or 9 to do any damage. He gets a 7. Doesn't hit. Okay, so that's all for Stewart. Now the other battery with Doubleday, he is going to take a shot and try to go after somebody. He is up 1 level higher, so he's got the height to see pretty much everything over. That's going to be blocking there. So he can see over here. He could see down in here. He could see them in the woods as well. But I think he's going to go for Grigsby right here. So he's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Range of 6 for a medium gun. I believe he's a medium. Yes, he is. So he's a strength of 3. He's in woods, so it's a -1 for the woods. So now that brings us to a +2. Then the range effects, he's again a 5, 2, 4, 5, 6, excuse me. He's also a -1 for range. So that's going to be -2. So it's only a +1 on Grigsby. He'll need an 8 or 9. Rolls a 3. So both of those are missed. And that takes care of Doubleday's artillery. So now we come up to the movement in advance of the units. So what we will do here, I really want to push them back because they're going to be a nuisance. We're going to try to push them off first. But I'm going to just go 1 to there, 2, 1, 2, 3 to there, and provide a little bit of a buffer in case they decide to get adventurous. Next, we will move 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. No, I can't get over there. Okay. So what we're going to do next is to have Patrick come up 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I think I'll keep him back here in the woods for a little bit. And then these 2 units will go 1 to there, 2, 3 to there, and just wind up that way. And then he'll come over 1, 2. Oh, wait a minute. That's going to be 2 into there, 3 over to there, and that's going to be 2 up to there. So we'll go 4 to there. Okay. So there we have it. Now we just have one attack, which is going to be the Phelps against Stewart's artillery over there. So now 2 things. Because that's horse artillery, they can retire. And if they do, combat's done. There's no effect. They can stand, and they'll get the first shot, defensive shot, to try to stop the charge by Phelps's units. It's a little bit difficult because they have to roll higher than his cohesion, which is a 6. And he does get a +2 on that, so there's a chance that he can potentially stop them coming in there with a dice roll. Or he can retire back and look to potentially fire on them later on. So it's a tough choice because if he fires and misses, if he doesn't roll higher than a 6, he'll be automatically captured and out of the game. And obviously that would not be good. So I think for now, instead of making a stand, because there's no value to this hex other than getting some advantage on the Union, but there's no victory point hexes, and the real battle is going to be down here. He is going to retire, and he can retire 2 hexes away. He'll go 1, 2 back to there, and that will pretty much end the battle itself. Now, Phelps itself could come up here and look to try to push them off by charging downhill, but there's a chance that Stewart will come up first and take a canister shot at them, and that would knock him out. So we're going to leave Phelps where he is. He's done his job just to push Stewart off the hill for the moment and keep him out of the way. Okay, so that's all for Doubleday. Sorry, I've got some more with Doubleday. I forgot. Forgot him back here. Doubleday himself and Gibbon, they can actually move up here too. So they'll go 2 to there, and then we'll just have them go 4 into there, and they'll actually be underneath. Doesn't really matter at this point, but it will become more important later, the stacking order. Okay. So next, we have Meade and Ricketts. Our choice in terms of how we want to Who goes next? Ricketts is kind of behind here. Meade is out front. There's Meade's guns right there. So 2, 5. That would be all for there. I think they'll do that. I think Meade will go next. His guns don't have anything to shoot at, so they'll move 2 to there, 3, 4, 5 to there. And then we have Meade's units themselves. Figure out where we want them to wind up. Oh, whoops, this was, shoot. That was Meade. I was wondering why I had 5 units over there. Sorry, move him back. This guy was the guy who needed to move up. So this is all Meade over here. All right, a little bit of fog of war here. Getting started, but that's okay. All right, so 1, 3, 4. 1 for clear terrain, 2 for cornfield, 3 over there. Meade really wants to get pushing on these guys as much as possible. So I think we're going to do this. We're going to go 1, 3, 4 to get them into the attack. I think we'll move him up to assist, so he'll go underneath. And then, now the tricky part is this with this is, if I move next to attack, I need to attack every unit in the frontal hexes. So if I had units here or here, those would need to be part of the attack. So the difficulty over here with these kind of Zoke bond type of approach is that units up in deep down in here will be supported effectively by these side units in an attack. So you've got to be careful in terms of how that you attack and how you choose to engage them, because if you have 2 in the front, that's going to be a problem because you're going to have to attack both of them. So if I move here with these 2 units, that would be 6, but I'd have to hit both of these and they would be 7s. So it would be a hard assault on them as they're going in there. But one of the things I can do is I can attack this way and then bringing him up to support him here, like so. And then we're going to have Meade come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there so he can coordinate. So with this, we're going to have 2 attacks, one here, one here. All right, we'll take this one first with Grigsby. So the way that this works is that first there's defensive fire to try to push off the attack. So what he needs to do is roll a dice higher than the cohesion, as I mentioned before. There's a few modifiers here. It's not cavalry, it's not multiple hex defending. Type unit's not disordered. It's not artillery. Terrain is a +1. For defensive fire, it's a +1. So Confederates get a +1 on the dice roll. They need to roll higher than the cohesion. They don't. They miss. So the charge occurs. Now the charge itself is going to be, they've got to get the dice roll be higher than 5 to do some damage to them here. Now there's modifiers to it. Strength ratio, this is 8 to 1, so there's a +4 right to the Union at that point. Cohesions, all the cohesions are the same. Nobody's higher or lower, so there's no modifier there. Terrain for the defender is a -1 for charge. So that's now brings us our modifiers down to +3. And that should be it. So it's going to be a +3 on the dice roll. And remember, they've got to roll 5 or higher to do some damage. 9. +3 is 12. So that is pretty dramatic hit for the Union. So the defender is disordered. So that means they flip. Flip over to there. Okay. And oh, I just noticed you are slightly off camera. Let me tip that up a bit. There we go. Okay. And let's see what else here. And retreat. Attacker must advance and then may initiate continued combat. So he must retreat. So he has to go back 1 hex. And the attacker must advance. Now in this case, it's the higher cohesion. Now they're both the same, so it's just going to be the Union's choice. So they'll go forward. And now he may continue the attack. I don't think so though, because now he's got to attack all 3 of those units that are around him at this particular point. So he's going to stop the attack at that point. Did make some progress. Let's jump over here. So now, defensive fire. Confederates need to roll a 7, higher than a 7, with a +1 modifier for the clear terrain. So let's see what we got. Got a 5 +1 is 6, not enough. So the attack continues. In this case, we're going to get the 6 against 3, so that's a modifier of +2 for 2 to 1 odds. The unit is only in clear terrain. Cohesions are the same. Highest one 7, highest one is 7, so there's no modifier there. So it's going to be a +2. So this time we need to roll higher than a 5 with a +2 on the dice. Rolls a 5 +2 is 7. Defender retreats, undergoes a cohesion test. If it fails, it becomes disordered. So he must retreat. Now in this case, what he's going to do is he can retreat either here or here or here. And I think he's going to go over here. He's going to do a cohesion test, which is just rolling less than or equal to his cohesion number. He rolls a 9. Oh, he failed. So he is going to be disordered. All right. And the attacker has to advance. Now again, this is the highest cohesion, so this guy needs to move in to there. Now it's only 1 unit, and this is what makes it difficult on the attacker. It's only 1 unit, so he can't really reinforce this hex at the moment. It's just this unit that goes in there. Okay, and that is all of Meade. Next, Ricketts back here. He's going to move up to support these attacks. And I got to figure out where I want him to go. Let's see here. I think we're going to have him go 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to have, he's there, okay, he's over there. 1, 2, 3. I really want to do is get this gun up there. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. I got that wrong. This is a trail, so that'll be half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's half rounded up. So Woods is 2. Woods is 3. So it's half. 1 1/2 round up is 2. So you can only go to there. 2 more units. 2 more units. I think I want him to go 1 and stack in with Meade's units there, Meade's artillery there. And then the last one, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, up to there. Ricketts will come up to there. Okay. So that's it. That's all for Hooker's first activation. So now we move on to the next one. which will be Jackson. Where are you here? Jackson. There you are. So now this is going to be Jackson's units, which I'm going to jump back to the other camera so you can show you where they are. All right, so here we are with Jackson's, or here we are with the overview. Jackson's units are in a number of places. Lawton is the blue right in the line. The purple is J.R. Jones. It's also Jackson. We have D.H. Hill that is extending from Lawton down to the middle of the bridge. And let's see, is there anybody else here? No, he's Longstreet, Longstreet, Longstreet. No, and then he also has, of course, A.P. Hill off the board, and you know, that's it. Now there's also reserve artillery. That's these units here that are part of Jackson's. Just thrown in there, so they can be either activated by Jackson or by an individual division. Because I think what I want to do, focusing on Jackson now, is figuring out how to receive this Union attack. We've done some damage already. We've got disrupted unit here, disrupted unit here. Union's pressing forward, but at the same time, we do have capabilities to potentially stop them from getting too far here. So I think to start off, we're going to take Jones over here. He'll activate first. Now he's got some artillery over here, and that's part of the reason why I'm activating him. You know, he can't really see anything because they're blocked there. He is up a little bit. He could see over. He could shoot at them. All right, so he'll. It's not a great shot, but this is going to be somewhat blocked over here. So he's going to take a shot at Patrick up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's a medium range, +2 strength point. So it's +2, medium range, 6. It's -1 for the range, and then he's in woods, so that's -2. Not really a great shot. Actually, we could go for, let's see, is the woods going to block him? That's up there and that's up there. Now the woods are going to be down below him here, so Jones could actually fire over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a little bit better. Medium range is 0 modifiers. He's a +2. They're in the open, so there's no modifier. So it's a +2 going against Anderson. Anderson's brigade. Rolls a 1. That's a miss. All right, so he's fired right there. All right, next, let's see. He is still attached to Stewart. We're going to leave him that way for now. So that's all of our artillery. Now movement, which includes artillery movement if I wanted to. We are going to move Grigsby back in with Jones. Jones will have no effect on trying to rally him, but kind of gets him out of the way for the moment. And then I think we're just going to have everybody combined to attack Magdalene up here. So that would be 4, 7, 10 against 5. Okay. So in this case, the defensive fire by the Union, he's got a couple choices. He could shoot at one unit, try to knock it out, or he could shoot at 2 units or 3 units. But the more units that he has, the more negative modifiers he gets. So in this case, I think he's just going to try to take out 1 unit, which it might be nice. It's going to get -1 for woods. That's not great. He's in woods as well. He is not. So I think he's going to shoot over here just at him. So these guys will press the attack. So he needs to roll a 6 or higher. Now he's in open terrain, so it's a 6 or higher with a +1 on the dice. 6 plus 1 is 7, so he is knocked out of the attack by being disrupted. But the other two can now attack, and this is kind of significant because he was on the higher level, so that would have helped a little bit. Also his strength point. So now it's going to be 7 against 5, which falls into the 1-to-1 range. So there's no modifiers there. They do have better cohesion. He's a 7 versus a 6. So there's a +1 on the cohesion, or +1 for the cohesion. And then the terrain, he's in woods, so it's a -1 for the woods. And also they're going up 1 level. It's going to be a -1 for that as well. So it's going to be -2 for terrain, with a +1 for the cohesion. So now this becomes a -1. So again, 5 or higher, so they need really a 6 or higher. Rolls a 5, 5 becomes a 4. Attacker is automatically disordered, and then undergoes cohesion check. If it fails, it must retreat. So all of these guys are disordered, and now both of them have to do cohesion checks to see if they retreat. So the first one's Stark, he's a 6. Rolls a 4, he's okay. Next one, Penn, he's a 5, rolls a 3. So he's okay, but they are disordered, which is not good. So the Union held on their counterattack from J.R. Jones. So Lawton now has his hands full because he's backing up with Early over here and Hayes. Now this gets kind of tricky because he's got these guys over here as well, and he's got his own problem with this guy. So let's see how we're going to handle this. I think we're going to have this guy, Douglas, move back. It's 1 to there, 2, 3 to there. And then we will have J.A. Walker position this way. So he and he can attack Seymour over to the left there. Now with Jones, I'm not sure, or with the units around Jones, I gotta figure what I want to do with them because they're in a little bit of a tough situation there. Half of the hex. I could, let's see, that would be 1, 2, 3. Meade's all by himself. That he doesn't affect any combat. And then he would have to go a 1. So it'd be 1, 2, 3. So we could actually get both of those up there, but yeah, it's not real great odds because he'd have to, if I moved him up into here, they'd have to attack both of these units. Now one of them would be on the flank, of course, which would help, but one would be face on. And best they could do is muster 6 points to the Union's 8 points. So it'd be on the 1-to-1, but it would be a little tough. And then with the Ricketts units right behind him, I don't think I want to venture him that way. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave them. Oh, I forgot about Lawton's guns over here, which they could Could bombard in here, but there's a threat of hitting their own units, which is not good. They can't see there. Meade's on top of there. They could shoot across here into that hex or over in there. Not real exciting. I don't really like that position because it's masked right there by the trees, but I don't want to give that up. So I think I'll just leave him there. So just be one attack. It'll just be these guys over here going against Meade's brigade, Seymour's brigade up there. So Seymour's going to try to attack just one of them, him. So it's going to be 3 against, or it's going to be a greater than 7. Needs to roll greater than 7. Plus 1 for open ground. So plus 1 on the dice. 7 plus 1 is 8. Ah, they got him. So Walker is out of the combat. So now it just becomes him against him. So now it's a 4-3. No odds modifiers. Cohesion is actually 7 for the Union, 6 for the Confederates. It's -1 cohesion. And the terrain is nothing. So it's a 0. It's a -1 modifier. Needs a 5 or higher. 4. No, hey, they're disordered. Possibility of retreat. Cohesion test 5 or less. They're okay. So a lot of Confederates are taking it on the chin here quite a bit. Their counterattacks are failing here. So that's all for Lawton. Next we've got the Artillery Reserve and D.H. Hill. So with Hill, I think what I'm going to do, can't move the artillery up. Well, yes, I can move the artillery up. What am I saying? They could, because there's a unit in there. He may do that afterwards. Or do I bring him up, try to attack again with these 2 units? No, I think I leave them where they are. I think I leave everybody there. He stays there. I would like some more artillery up here. Jackson's reserve here. I think I'm going to need this. So he's going to come overland. So it's going to be 2 plus 1 uphill is 3, 4, 5. I should say he's activating. Actually, we'll do the artillery reserve first, and then we'll do D.H. Hill. And then these guys here, there's another unit. Let me switch to the other camera so you can see them. There's another artillery reserve unit up here. Can you see him there? My hand's in the way. There we go. Right down in here. He's going to move up somehow to this camera back. There we go. Now you can see him a little bit better. And I think, try to get him to go through the town. And I think they can use strategic movement, which adds 2 points to their movement. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and position him right there for 7. Okay. Other ones, we've got him there, but I think we'll leave them there for now. So that's all the artillery reserve. Now D.H. Hill, where we're going to position other units. Let's see here. Up a steep slope. That's going to be expensive, I think. Yeah, it's +2, so that would be 2 plus 2 is 4. We could get up there. That'd be worth it. All right, so they're going to position up here. No artillery fire, I should say. at this point for Hill. It's going to reposition the guns up there. They're not going to counterattack, but they're going to stand there. Slightly concerned over here. I'm going to have Colquitt go 1, 2, 3 to Mama's farm. It should still be 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he's going to be out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll have to reposition Hill to the cornfield. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay. What else do we have? That's just a control marker. We've got another Hill gun here. They're short range. I think we want to position them where? I think they're going to come up the trail for 1, into the orchard for 2, 3 for now. Okay, that'll be all a DHL. Okay, so there's Jackson's activation completed for now. He doesn't have anybody else. So next, it's going to be Stewart and his cavalry, which is confined to just a handful of units. These units, oh, there's a move fired. I got to take off. There we go. These units up here, just off camera, we'll reposition here in a moment so you can see them, as well as Mumford's units back off camera to the south, and I'll show you them later. But let's take Stewart's. So let's jump over to the other camera. And we see Stewart's 2 units there, and just position this slightly back. There we go. We can now see all of Stewart's commands. So let's just take a command check here. He's in command. He is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, he's in command. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stewart is not in command. All right, so what that means, I'm just going to put this as a reminder over here, is that he can't attack, but I think we'll reposition him to help support that flank over there. Okay, so I think we'll start with him. He can move. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 into there. I'll take that off. And then, let's see, Jones, these guys are in odd position because we've got cornfield here, which you can only see to there. I don't want to really retire them too much. I want to keep the Union on their toes. Well, I can move up Stewart, and that's the other thing I wanted to do here as well, is bring, not into the woods, but 1, yeah, we'll just bring him up to there. Actually, no, he's going to, cavalry unit's going to go there. Stewart himself's going to go up to there, and then he's going to go 1, 4, 5, and then 6 up on the hill, just to provide some grief to Hooker's right flank. Now, let me just, Mumford is way over on the other side. Now let me just flip over to the other camera here. See Mumford a little bit better. And figure out what we want to do with him. He's kind of guarding the approaches over here. There's nothing really to do here yet, but he's guarding Myers Ford and Snavely Ford over here, kind of from a distance. We do have Walker's brigade, which is Longstreet's, holding off here as well. So I think for now he's pretty secure where he is to be able to watch there. So he's not going to do anything. So I think we're going to go on to the next one. And let me just bring us back to this map and do a chit poll. So Hooker, this is Hooker's second. So this will be it Once the second chit's pulled, that's it. So, all right. So now here we come on to the attack. So Unions had some good luck. Hookers had some good luck over here with fending off some of the counterattacks. Now the question is, how do they attack with what they have? I think he says indubitably. Want to push the flanks here as much as possible. 4, 7, 2 to 1. He's going to be bound up in there. All right, I think we'll go with Ricketts. That's Meade. Ricketts, and Ricketts are over here. So he can come over here. I think that's what we'll do. We'll take Meade here first. So Meade's artillery, nothing to shoot at, so it's going to be moving. So it's going to move up with Meade himself, which is right there. Everybody should be in command. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep, everybody's in command. It's going to come up to there, and then we are going to push over here. Seymour's going to come up. He's in a tough bind, but that's okay. Maybe 2, 3, 4 into there. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So Anderson is going to move up into here for 2 for the cornfield, 1 for the nothing for the L. Sorry, 2, and then 3 into there. So he'll go underneath, and they'll attack Douglas. Magdalen's not going to do anything, and Seymour's not going to do anything. So one attack is here. So Confederate defensive fire. They are disordered, so it's a -1. And then they're firing into open ground, so it's going to be a +1. So they're looking for a higher than a 6. 0. That's a miss. So the attack continues. 6 against 4. That's a 3 to 2 odds. It's a +1 on the dice. Open terrain, so there's no modifiers. And then higher cohesion by 1, so it's a +2 on the dice. So it needs a 5 or higher with a +2. Rolls a 1. Ooh, that's not good. So that's disordered for both units. So they will both flip over. And now they have to do cohesion checks for retreat. So top one, he retreats. Bottom one, he stays put. Well, that wasn't too good for Meade. Okay, let's move on then to Ricketts and figure out. Ricketts' artillery can't do anything right now. I think we'll bring Hartsoff up to go against Colquitt over here at Mama's farm. Now he moves into the orchard, which has no effect. Okay, good. That's what we want. So he can cover him, and then we'll have 2, 3. Yeah, we'll have Hartsoff B 1, 2, or 2, 3, 4, going against Walker here, and then we'll bring up Christian to help support there as well. And then Ricketts battery here will come up in here along with Ricketts, and then Yeah, all of them will just move into that hex. Let's keep it simple. Okay, so attacks here and here. All right, let's take Hearts Off against Colquitt. Colquitt firing defensive fire. Needs a higher than a 6 with no modifiers. Rolls a 6. It doesn't get it, so the attack continues. So it's basically a 1-to-1, so no modifiers there. Cohesion is the same, so it's 0. And terrain is open, so it's a straight up roll. He needs a 5 or higher. Rolls an 8, so that's defender retreats and undergoes a cohesion test. So we'll go back to there. Needs to roll a 6 or less. Rolls a 5, so he's okay. So Hartsoff took Mummer's farm. And now, second half of Hartsoff with Christiane is going against Walker. Now Walker is disordered, so it's a -1 defensive fire, +1 for the terrain, so it's a 0. They need a higher than a 7. Roll a 6. It's not a hit. So the attack continues. So it'll be 6 against 4. That's a 3-to-2. That's a +1. Better cohesion, 7-to-6, +2. Terrain is open, so it's just a +2. So 5 or higher with a +2. Rolls a 1. So they get bitten. They don't get it. So they're disordered, and now I have to roll for retreat. Top one, 6. They're okay. Bottom one, 5. Roll a 4. So they're okay. So Confederates are holding strong, even though they are disordered for the Union attack with this. So last one here is Doubleday. His artillery. What does artillery do? We can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be -1, -2. Plus a +1. Not very exciting. Could go against him as well, but that's 7 now. Still a -1. Not very exciting. Alright, they will try to go against the first one here, so that's going to be a +3 for the strength. Medium range, -1. Woods. Woods has no effect, excuse me, no effect. So it's just a +2. Needs an 8 or needs a 9 or higher. 3 + 2 is 5. That's a miss. Second unit will try against the same thing, and there'll be a +2 as well. And they're a miss. All right, so no fire, no move because they fired. And next, we've got their movement. So I think what we're going to do is have these guys come up 1, 3, and they'll come up 2 to there. They'll be attacking Penn. I don't like those guns up there. Don't like them at all. But I can't leave. Can't leave them open, because I can try to swing around and do some mischief. So, how do I go after them? I can go after them that way. They would not be able to retreat. So if they attacked, no effect. Okay, +2. Five, but they would still be there, and they would have to stand. They couldn't retreat if they want to save the guns. Yeah, let's do it here. So Doubleday is also going to order these guys. He's going to go up 1 to there. They are going to go 1, and then 2, 3 to there. And Doubleday himself is going to go 1, 2 to there. All right. So we've got attacks here, attacks here. Let's take this one first. Defensive fire. This is a tricky one. I think Penn is just going to fire ahead at 1 unit because he's disordered. He's got to fire into woods as well, so it's going to be -2s on there. Not really exciting. He's a 6. He's higher than a 6. -2 on the dice. Yeah, he doesn't get it. So now the attack 4, 8 against 4 is a 2 to 1. That's +2 on the strength. Cohesion +1 over that is 3. They are in woods, so it's -1. So it's just a +2 on that attack. There we go. 7 + 2 is 9. That is a hit on the Confederates. Defender retreats, undergoes a cohesion test. So he must retreat. So he's going to go into here. He's got to roll a 5 or less. He does, so he's okay. Now we've got to get 1 unit moving up. So they're clearing, starting to clear the west woods over in here. Dunker Church is right there. I don't know if I can see it, but right in there is Dunker Church. And it can be a little bit tricky over there. Oh yeah, you can still see that over there. So now we've got Gibbon and Phelps going against the artillery. So the artillery has a choice. The cavalry can't defensive fire, unfortunately. But the artillery can defensive fire. He's going to go against 1 unit. I think he's going to go against... They would knock him out. +2, 5. They're going to try to go for them, Gibbon. So the artillery is going to get a +2. They need higher than a 7. They need 8 or higher. Roll a 9. So they got Gibbon. He's disordered. So now it's just the attack is going to be from Phelps against them as well. So it's going to be cavalry against the infantry. So it's 3 to 3. So there's no odds difference. Cohesion. Confederates have better cohesion, so it's going to be a -1. Terrain, they're going to be going down a steep slope. Yeah, he's down a, just checking my map here, steep slope. Yep. It's down a steep slope, so there's no effect there. What else? Rear hex sides, front rear, cavalry charging, infantry, no. So it's actually going to be a -1, so it's going to be 5 with a -1 on the dice. 6 goes down to 5. Bare minimum they need. Defender retreats, undergoes cohesion test. So they need to retreat. I think they'll go across this way. And both units will cohesion test. So the artillery is 7. He's fine. The cavalry, 5, he's fine. And then the Union must advance. So he's going to go like that. Okay, and that is all for Hooker. Okay, moving on to the next one. And let me flip the camera around here. We'll have Jackson. All right, so this is Jackson's second. So we've the fighting up here is going back and forth. If you notice, we started with Hooker, Jackson, Stewart, Hooker, Jackson again. So we're back into Jackson. So let me flip back to the other camera. Okay, so in this case we've got Jones, mainly disordered, and they need to recover. So I think what we're going to do with them is have them try to pull back a little bit. At the same time, we're going to bring Early up to defend. So I think Jones, this stack over here, they're going to retire back 1, 2 over here. And now he's going to, oh, he can't go into there. He's got to go this way. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 over here. Actually, Jones is going to, Jared Jones is going to stay back here. And then he's going to go 2, 4 into there. And then our artillery. Yeah, this is always a nuisance. Yeah, I think Jones is going to try to get, he's actually out of command, so he's going to go 2, 4 to there and stop. Okay, that's all I can do. So that's all for Jones. Now, Lawton would like to come up and support this. I think we're going to have Hood coming up here to support the center. So Hayes going to come into there. Figure out what the attack is going to be here. 7. Yeah, 7. 3, 6, 3 to 2. I'd like to blunt them here a little bit. Before they get up ahead of steam. But I'm not sure what I want to do. If I hit him, that leaves, well, those are 2 separate because that's Doubleday and that's Doubleday, and that's Meade. So I think that's what we'll do, is we'll have these guys go up to here. Actually, we'll reverse them in the movement, so he's on top to get the better cohesion. This guy's going to recover. He's going to retire 1, 2, 3 to there, and he'll be a no rally. Just mark him. No rally. He's okay. He's got to pull back. He's not going to get it. So Hood can come up and help him. So I think he's going to go back 1, 2 into there. He's not going to get any help rallying, but at least he's with his leader, so that's good. All right, so that's all set, and he'll be a no, well, he's covered, so he's a no rally. So it's just going to be those guys there. Yeah, I think that's it. So the only attack we have is this over here. So the defensive fire is going to be he needs a 8 or higher. And let's see, he's in the woods, but he's uphill. Shouldn't matter. Yep, doesn't matter. So they're going to need an 8 or higher with a +1 on the dice. Oh, they just stopped that cold. So that attack fails. Early is stopped. So Lawton's complete. Now for the rallying, just this guy. Now he needs to roll a 6 or less. Rolls a 3, so he's back in good order. All right, so that's all for Lawton. Now, reserve artillery, I think we'll have go next. So they'll actually open fire 1, 2, 3, 4 on them. So their long range +2 4, 0. They're in the woods, which is no effect, so it's going to be a +2 on the dice. Need a 9 or higher, and they don't get it. So they fired. And next, we will have, I'll have them come up to there, moving. There's no other firing here that I can see. Now let me zoom you out because I'm going to move some of the reserves up. Okay, so we've got some other reserves back here, and back here, and back here. I think we need to build a line of guns to stop the Confederate advance. So this one, 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Let's bring this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that's our reserve batteries. Next is D.H. Hill. Now he's spread out pretty good across here. But we do have some capabilities here. First off, looking right here, we have some artillery that can shoot. I think we'll start with that. So this artillery is shooting here. He's a long. He's a +1 long with that. So that's still no modifier with that. So it's a +1 into open terrain, which is no effect on there. So it's just going to be a +1, so he needs a 9 or higher. Rolls a 0. That's a miss. That's a miss. So I'll put this on here. Actually, I left one on over here. Take that off. Okay. Nobody else is firing over there, and I think most of the action is going to occur over in here. But I'm also wondering about bringing up 2, 4. Sorry, I'm off camera here with what I'm looking at. Oh, but he's behind there. But it would be useful, so he'll move up. He'll stay put. He'll stay put. I think. All right. He thinks, but he could actually go 1 to there, and to there, and then provide some muscle. Yeah, okay. I think I want to do that. So let me, again, reposition us a little bit. All right, really going to focus around here, and I think what I'm going to do is have Colquitt come 1 to here, and then 2 to here. So it'll actually wind up underneath, okay, which is, it's not great, but I need to do that. He's going to attack him there. So that's going to be a 1 attack. What else do I have? I have these guys up here. I can shift over. I get a 2 to 1. Yeah, I'd like to break them down because they're pushing back. All right, let's try it. This may be a little bit crazy, but he's going to go into here, and the 2 of them are going to try to push back him. And back here, do I need? Yeah, I do. I need to have them sticking back there. Okay, I think that's all the attacking. This guy and this guy are going to attack. So let's take this one first. So he's shooting defensively, which will be needs a 6, or higher than a 6, 7 or higher, with a +1 for the open terrain. So let's see. 1 + 1 is 2. That's a miss. So the attack goes on. 4, 3 is 7 against 4. That's a 3 to 2. That's a +1 on the dice. Cohesions are the same, so there's 0 and no terrain modifier. So just a +1, or excuse me, +2. No, +1. Sorry, +1 for the 3 to 2. Well, a 3, 4, not enough. Darn it. So their counterattack fails. They flip. Should have repositioned, but that's okay. So now we've got to roll for retreat. 3, they're okay. And then they need a 6 or less. They're okay. All right, so their attack fails. Now the attack over here, he's firing at them. Needs a 7 or higher with a +1 for the open round. 7 + 1 is 8. They're stopped cold as well. Okay, so that's all for Hill. So we got Jones, we got Lawton, we've got Hill, we've got the reserve. So that'll be it. Well, Jackson's counterattacks have not really done too much here. Let me flip around our camera and show you the action here. The next one, let's move this out of the way. Longstreet. All right, so Longstreet gets to get into the action. So Longstreet's units, Walker down here, DR Hill right in here, his reserve units strung along here, and then Hood up here, which he's probably going to be the center of attention for the attack, for any type of attack going on here as well. So let's start with Hood, I believe. Now Hood is back here. Here is his artillery. He's going to bring them up, help support this because it's looking pretty tough up here for the Confederates. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, and he'll come up as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then Hood himself, he needs to get into the fight. Where is it the worst? The worst is over here. Now Hayes has, they're in the way, so he's got to move this way. So he's got some good units. Let's see, 2, 4. Okay, they could make it. They'd have to stop because of this one. 6 against 7, 5, 8 against 5. All right, I think we got to do it this way. So Wolford is going to go 1, 2 under there, and then this one is going to go 2, 3, in with him for 4. And then I think we're going to have to bring him up 2, 3, 4. Plug that gap. All right, so they'll attack here, across there. And let me flip the camera around here so you can see what I just did. Neglected to adjust. So here we are. All right, now let's just tip it back here a little bit. So the center of the action here is going to be right in this area. Okay. Wolford's stack is going to go after Magdalen over here. So he's going to defensive fire, so he's going to need 8 or higher with a +1 on the dice. And he misses. So now the attack is going to be 5 + 3 is 8 against 5. That's going to be a 2 to 1. So +1 on the dice. He's got a better cohesion, so that's +2. But they're in the woods, so it's -1. So it's going to be +1 on the dice. So he needs a 5 or higher. Rolls a 0. Failed miserably. Surprising for Hood, but they are both disrupted here, like so, and then they have to roll for retreat. 6 or 6. No, they're okay. All right, that's all for Hood. So next we have back in the back side here, let me flip the camera around. We have these units of DR Jones and Walker. And it's getting desperate up here, so I'm thinking I may pull Jones, DR Jones, out to provide yet more reserve. We do have McLaws coming up in the next Longstreet chit, which could be pretty soon. But I need to kind of backstop them a little bit. So DR Jones is 4. I'm going to reposition some of these. Some of them are going to stay where they are, but some, like Garnett, Drayton, and Walker, are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to send them too far away. They'll still be in command there. I'm going to bring Kemper back off with Jones. And I'm going to bring Toombs over here to cover the bridge for now. And leave the other one right there. With Ransom, he'll have this artillery because he'll be in range. So they'll, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll be able to activate with them. I don't think he's going to do anything. He is going to come over to cover that hex there. The artillery up here, I think, is just going to, actually, he's got a good position there. But I do want to go 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to bring him over here eventually. I think I will have him come over, cover this a little bit for now. Okay, a little bit of just repositioning there for Longstreet. The last thing I have is Longstreet's reserve artillery, which I think, I've got one unit up here, which I think I want to bring forward in with. Let's see here, because that's Longstreet, so he's got to activate with Longstreet's units. I think he wants to turn anyways to be positioned that way. The other ones I think will remain where they are, and that'll be good for now. Okay, so that's all of Longstreet. Okay, let me pull the next chit, and then we'll go from there. So the next chit is Stuart's Cavalry. So Stewart is the next chit. So we will think on this and figure out what we want to do with Stewart. Okay, so Stewart is activating, and we're going to start out with artillery. Now Jones, who's attached to Stewart, will take a shot at Phelps here. And so Jones, he's a +2 strength point. And he is 1 hex away, and he is a L. So that's going to be a +1, so it goes up to 3. Now the hex itself is clear, so there is no terrain effects. So it's going to be a +3. They need a 9 or better. 5 + 3 is 8, so that's a miss. So Jones's fire misses. Now Pelham over here, or where is he? He's back here. All right, he's behind him at the same. They're at the same height. Yeah, he can't see him. He's going to be blocked. So Pelham's not going to be able to take a shot. He could try to maneuver and try another shot, but I think we're going to leave him there. Now for movement, I think we're going to do a couple things here. So he's fired. I'm just going to place him side by side for the moment. So Fitzhugh A, he's going to attack Doubleday here, or Phelps. So he's going to stay where he is. Trying to think here. It would be nice to have some help, wouldn't it? They're going to be across a stream. So not going to get any defensive fire. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is actually bring up Fitzlee C. And they'll go one into there. And he's crossing just a stream. Yeah, that's 0. So 1 to there, 2, 3. And those 2 will attack him there. I think we're just going to nudge Fitzhugh B up a little bit. Like so. Spin him around like that. And they're going to charge Phelps here. So Phelps now has 2 targets. So he needs to roll 7 and or a, no, the highest one. So he's got 2 targets. He could shoot at each one of them, but he's going to get a -1 for that. They're open terrain, so that's +1. But he does get a +2 for mounted cavalry, shooting at mounted cavalry. So, so that'd be +2, +3, -1. Try shooting at both or shooting at one. Actually, we'll try shooting at one. He'll shoot at Fitzhugh A. So he's 2. Terrain is 3. So it's a +3. He needs an 8 or higher. Rolls a 9. So that does disrupt them. Alright, so that takes them out of the attack. But he's still going to attack. So this is going to be 3 on 3. So the odds ratio is there's no difference. Cohesion is the same, there's no difference. Terrain modifiers, both in open terrain. He is up a little bit, so it's actually uphill in stream. Stream has no effect. Up 1 level is going to be a -1, so it's actually going to be a -1 on the dice. So it's going to be, needs a 5 or better with a -1 on dice. Well, the 5 goes to the 4. He is disrupted. Confederates just can't get a counterattack going here. And see if he retreats. He doesn't. He's okay. Alright, so that's Stewart's activation. Not real great, but yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so next, we'll see who we've got. So let me flip it back to the wide screen. There we go. So next is going to be, Longstreet. Okay, so the last ones are going to be Union chits. So Longstreet's in the attack. Once again, his units that will be moving are going to be Hood's units here, D.R. Jones's units here, and Walker's units down here, as well as his artillery. So let's take a look at Hood up here. He's in a little bit of a predicament. I think they've got to move back, move out. So they're going to pull back and go 1 to there, 2, 3 to there. And he's going to pull back with the reserve artillery. Go under him like so. We've also got him up here, but if he attacks, he's got to do both of them. Yeah, he could go back over there, but that would leave them open as well. But they're not going to be moving too much. He could slide over there and try to hit him. He's in the woods, so that's going to give him a -1. 3 to 5. This be a minus. That'd be a +1, -1, 0. Yeah, it's not real great. So I think Hood will stay there. Now his artillery, we have back over here. And I think we'll move up these medium guns 1, 2, 3 to there. And then the short range guns will go 3 there. Oh, wait a minute, they can't. That'd be 3, 4, 5, 6. That can't work. Okay. 1. Alright, I'll actually go 1 to here, or 2 to there, 5 to there. That's better. Can't get there, but he'll position. And then Hood himself will go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And it stops, so that takes care of Hood's movement. Now, Dr. Jones, Mr. Jones, what are you going to do? 1 to there, 3, 4. They could move up a little bit. I think they will. He'll go up 1. I'll move up just 1 like that. I have it on the widescreen here because I'm doing some wide shots. Nothing real too interesting, just some maneuvers. Hopefully this comes out well. Now we also have 2 more, I should say. We've got McLaws coming in, and we also got Walker down here. Now Walker is in good position. The artillery is going to move to there. He's okay. Yeah, the rest of them are okay. And then we've got McLaws. So there we have it for Longstreet. These guys are no rallies because they moved. Okay, so there we go with Longstreet. Next, we have Hayes. I think that'll do the trick. A little awkward to see because I have to have the camera kind of on the north-south axis, and I'm going to be firing east-west over here. So this gun right here, targeting here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a range of 4. It's a strength point of +4. Range of 4. Long range, no modifiers. Terrain, they're in open terrain. So, there's nothing there. So it's a +4 on the dice roll. So, firing at the top unit there. So here's 6 + 4 is 10. Target must undergo a cohesion check. So he's a 6. Rolls a 4. He is okay. So he's done firing. And now a little support fire up here from this unit. I think he'll just target straight across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Range of 6. It's going to be a +0. He's a strength of 3. So it's just going to be a +3 on the dice roll. Rolls a 0. It's a miss. He's done. And now the last one here, it's a little bit tricky. Let me reposition us up a little bit so you can see him. There he is, way back here. See if I can get a line of sight going across here. I don't think so. Well, he can get to there, but that's a long range. He's a medium gun. So he'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't think he can make that. So it's 11, medium range. Yeah, he's out of range. So there's no fire from him. Okay, so that's all for the artillery on there. Now there'll be another one of those chits coming out here too. One of the next two. So this one is actually going to be, where are you there? There we are. Is the 12th. I've got Green and I've got Williams. If you remember, these are the same Green and Williams that were at Cedar Mountain as well. A little bit more troops this time. A little bit different troops, but different commanders, but still the same leaders, Green and Williams. So Green is actually going to move down the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 using strategic movement. And the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And, oh, wait a minute. Those are trails. I'm sorry. Those are trails. Yeah, that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So now this is going to be, let's see, Woods is 3, so 2, 4 to there. So they're going a little bit slower. And then he's there. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 3, and then 4. Let's see, he's still back there. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I'll leave him there just to provide chain of command. And Green is just going to come up here like that. And then Williams over here, we're gonna have him support Hooker's attack a little bit, and we'll take the guns, and they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll go, actually 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Strategic movement, if you didn't already get it. And let's see, these guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6. Okay, we'll figure out where Williams is going to land as well. These units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he'll be 6 as well. And then I think Williams is going to land up here. These guys are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So Williams is on the move as well to reinforce Hooker's the whole board. Okay, last one is going to be that artillery again. So we've got Hayes's artillery right there. So this is going to be these units again over here. All right. I'm not sure if we're going to get anything. We're just going to try to do this quick and simple to end off this turn. He's firing here. He's going to be a +4. So 4 plus dice roll. 9 is 13. That is a hit, a good hit. Automatic disorder. So the top unit flips over. Okay. And he's fired. And now this unit, trying the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's just a +3. On the dice roll. 8 is 11. It's a cohesion test. So it's going to be 7 or less. And he's okay. And he can't do anything, so that'll do it. Okay. So that brings us to the end of turn. We have no withdrawn units to recover, so that's it. Turn 1 is complete. So after turn 1, here's the situation. The Union attack to the north here has developed quite a bit. Try to get you a close-up shot of this. Where we have Hooker making solid advances against Jackson's front to the north. Several units, particularly Jones, have been disordered and pushed back. Same with Lawton, Hood, Hill to some degree as well. But the artillery is positioning itself, so it could get kind of ugly here for them. Now they didn't escape without some losses as well. And we can see over here that we have several units of Ricketts that are disrupted, Meade disrupted, and over here with, excuse me, with Doubleday that have taken hits as well. So it's somewhat an even match right now. They've taken some, Union has taken some ground, but Confederates still have a good mass in front of them, setting up secondary and tertiary lines behind them. To the south, we now have reinforcements coming in from Harper's Ferry area. McLaws is the first unit to head up and move in to assist with the attack. So, jumping back to our first scene here, there we are at the end of turn 1. Hooker has pushed forward. Jackson is trying to take the attack and hold them off as much as possible. And from there, we'll move on to turn 2. So, we'll see you on the next turn.